So this video is for my alliance mate and friend, Pooter School. Pooter School. Pooter School. I don't know how you pronounce it. But, so he wants to know basic team building. Basically, support, dealer, and leader. Okay. So, leaderships normally are pretty specific, unless they're just all around for everybody and anybody. Leaderships that are for everybody and anybody are ones like Hyperion, which is here. His leadership will give you 55% to everybody. Yeah, 55% all basic attack increases to everybody. So it doesn't matter if they're a villain, if they're a hero, alien, human, mutant, whatever. You have more specific leads like Icarus, and his lead is 60%, but it's only to eternal allies. These, you want them pretty much there in the middle, like Hyperion is right now. You have Athena, which is another all-around everybody lead. I don't know why I keep going uniform. She's 55 all attack and 20% defense. You have much lower leads like Wasp, who does 20%. If I can find her, should be right in front of my face. There she is. Okay. So her skills, leader, 23% all attack, all basic defense, and speed to everybody. You have specific ones like Ancient One. Ancient One is only to blast. He won't. So if you put him with Thor, who's an energy type person, he doesn't get anything. If you put him with Darkhawk, who's an energy type person, but he's speed, he doesn't get anything. Alright. You have some that are, we'll keep Wasp. You have some that are leaders and support. In Wasp's case, her support is that she removes debuffs from anybody. She is the only person in the game who has this support with removing debuffs. Normally they're on leaderships. So if we look at Odin, Universal Superhero Alien, Odin, his leadership is remove debuffs, but he has to be in the leadership. So if he's on the side, not your first character to pop up, he's not going to do this. Wasp does. It doesn't matter if she's in first, second, or third position. She has that debuff removal. So that's why she's still so valuable, even though she's otherwise useless. Or other characters are like that. He is a leadership and a support, but his leadership doesn't work really for any other characters but himself or Machine. So his support is, I think it's on his uni, but let me see. Should have been this one. Oh no, it's here. So any machine ability character, so any machines like Cable, Iron Man, himself, War Machine, Ultron, anybody who has the machine tag, he does the leadership, which is 30% physical attack, so good luck finding that, and 40% basic attack. I don't remember if Ultron has it. Ultron. So Ultron is Yeah, Ultron's just a leader to machines. Ghost. Ghost is another one that has leadership and the support. Supervillain human. She has the machine, all basic by 50%. And then she might be the uni. Oh no. And Ghost Tech, which is 20% increase energy attack. So, like, if she were tier 3, she'd be a better leadership for Iron Man than Ultron is, because you have the 50% and the 20%, which is 70% for Iron Man. But she wouldn't be all that great for War Machine, because she gives them the 50% all attack, but War Machine is physical, so this is no good. Okay. She is a great support and lead for villains. She'll have the 65% all attack, so she can go energy or physical, but it has to be villains, and she also gives dodge with this uni. The other unis don't give this. And is it this one? Yeah. And then this one gives all debuff effects by 40%, which is the same thing like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, if you give her a CTP of energy, it goes for 8 seconds instead of 7. Same thing with this. Plus, yeah, that's it. Other supports. You got, you're asking about Valkyrie yesterday. Not Valkyrie, Sif. Sif is a lead and a support. So her lead is 35% physical attack, but it's only the combats. 30% HP, and then her uniform effect gives you 45% to boss types. So that would be Dormammu, any of the World Boss Legends. Should be the Beast on AB and ABX. Yeah, so that's good. That's not going to help you in like timeline, because they're not boss types, they're just other players. It's also not going to help you in story or dimension rifts with any of the regular mobs. It might help you with the last boss, but we don't really know that yet. Okay. You have pure supports, such as Mystique. Mystique and Taskmaster are very, very, very good supports to get, because for the most part, supports are against villains, and Taskmaster and Mystique give you villains and heroes. More damage against heroes, a little bit less, but still more damage against villains. Same thing for Taskmaster, which is here. Keep doing that, man. Taskmaster, he has a double support. His lead is only for him. So you have self-buffing leads like this, and you know Deadpool, I'm sure. This only applies to him as far as the attack, defense, and speed. And everybody else gets dodge rate. But is passive, if it's a weapon master ability character, such as Wolverine, Hawkeye, Deadpool, if they don't have the skill damage, bonus damage increase, then he gives it to them. If they already have it, this doesn't count towards them. It does give them an order dodge, and it does give them guaranteed critical rate against if they don't already have it. On top of that, his uni gives him this, which is 40% versus villains and 40% versus heroes. So he's actually a really, really good support. He can do work for himself, but for supports, there's so many damage dealers that it's just better tier 3 and give him an insight. And then you have You have more niche leaderships like him that will give you, Weapon Master's ability. So him, Taskmaster, and like a Moon Knight. It's a great team because they all buff each other. Except for Moon Knight, but Moon Knight's a tier 4, so you want to put everything on him. As far as damage dealers, you got the Norm, you got Thor, especially with the new uniform. He's a damage dealer. He doesn't buff anybody, but you put him with Beta Ray Bill and Storm, or him, Beta Ray Bill, and Jane with the new uniform. As far as like elevated characters, and you've powered him up a lot. You have Iceman. Iceman's a damage dealer. People like Iceman, what you want to do is you look for the niche stuff. We'll use Psylocke, right? So Psylocke is a damage dealer. That's what she does. You bring her in to plow through people and kill them quick. She's kind of a glass cannon, which means she dies pretty quick. But, a perfect team for her would be Ancient One, with or without the uni. I don't have the uni because ABX requires him without the uni for Mephisto. But you pop on the uni. The leadership is 50% for blast types. The passive does all resistance 30%, dodge 30%, and damage from elemental 40%. So Psylocke is getting the 50% from the leadership, an extra 40% because she's all elemental from the support. And then you double down with the support. You can use someone like for instance, Dazzler. Dazzler's for mutants. She is just a support. You can't really beat anything with her, but if you use her with a mutant, it's going to give them 70% dodge rate, which is a crap ton, and it's going to give them 65% versus boss types. So that's a lot. You have, I think she has another. She doesn't have a uniform. I thought she had. It's one of her 5th skill. Is it the 3rd skill? Yeah. This. I think it's this one. She has a move that does like a little area effect. It gives a big circle that buffs her up. I think it's this one. That is passable. It's a passable effect. So if you switch Dazzler, do her 3, which gives the little circle on the floor, and switch to Psylocke, she also gives the extra 35% to all attack, 35% to critical. It removes incapacitation, so it gives them all this, plus it gives them recovery, so they'll be healing while that circle's on the floor. Of course, you have other leaderships for X-Men or for mutants, like Xavier, Magneto. You have different options. What else do we have? That's basically the gist of it. Let's see if anyone else is. You got people like him, who his leadership is for HP with combat types, which doesn't seem all that good, but he does a lot of reflect damage. So a team like him, let's go to just combats, because that's what we want. A team that looks like this. Okay, that's a really great team, because they all get the HP that they need. Drax for reflect, Hulk for just taking damage, plus he does damage off of HP. He doesn't do damage off of attack. If you look at this, it's Physical damage 27% of HP. Right? Physical damage 96% of HP. Physical damage 36% of HP. So the higher his HP, the more damage he does. Plus, like I said, he tanks. So the Hulk. I took off. I used to have a regen on him. This guy, he reflects. So obviously, the more HP he has, the more time he can stay alive and reflecting damage. Where even how much of a nightmare he is. And again, this dude, because all three members are combat, he buffs all of them. Plus, he does a lot of reflect, and his skills are crazy when he has a lot of HP. His third taunts enemies, so it makes them attack him, and then it drops down their attack, and it buffs his defense. There's a whole bunch of stuff that he does. He's great for teams like this. You have special leaderships like Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster by himself, he does the 35%. Yeah, 35% to everybody. But if you use him with Iron Man, he gives Iron Man 105% attack, which is crazy. So one of my favorite teams to use is Hulkbuster. Iron Man, because he gets the 105, and War Machine. So even though Hulkbuster's only buffing War Machine 35, War Machine is still buffing himself an extra 40 because he's Machine. Same for Hulkbuster, he's getting 35 and the 40. Iron Man's getting 105 and the 40. So, like, let's say if you're doing Dormammu, all of them can go because all of them are advanced. If Iron Man were to die, War Machine is still an option. Plus, like I said, he's just getting ridiculous buffs. We also talked about White Fox the other day, or last night I should say, this morning, whatever. White Fox, they have to have the leadership tag, but she, it's over here, right? She gives all people with the leadership tag 65% attack versus supervillains, plus they take 30% less attack. Plus, with this union, which I believe I saw you have, she gives an extra 15%. Yeah, 15% of all basic. She gives them 10% chain hit damage, plus ignore dodge. So, she is probably one of the best supports there are. Of course, you got Nick Fury, but Nick Fury isn't tier 3 yet, so that's why he's not really considered meta for anything, because he can't be used in World Boss Legend, he can't be used in Dormammu, even though he gives super armor, remove incapacitation, 55% versus supervillains. I don't think his unit gives anything now. And his leadership, which is 50%. So he gives everybody 105% attack, but they have to be heroes. But until he gets an Awakening or a tier 3, he's kind of on the back burner. You know about Valkyrie Rarity, Wave. Wave is another great one. Once Neighbor gets a uniform and goes back to being hero, then she'll be great again for Neighbor. Because she gives the same as a Hulkbuster, 25% to everybody, but an extra 60% to Namor. So she'll be 85% for Neighbor. You can use them with the original uniform, the original skin that he has, but it's not that great. I mean, the new skin isn't that great either anymore. And then her passive, which gives 50% versus supervillains and 15% less damage from supervillains, and she's Awakened. So that's pretty much the difference. Hopefully this is sensible. I haven't confused you. But yeah, it's just the basics of it. Damage dealers are people that only do damage. You got Kate Bishop, what everybody loves. I prefer Hawkeye myself. They don't buff anybody. They just do damage. Their leadership is trash. Yeah, it's got critical damage 12%. You should pretty much be capped on that if you have your cards crafted. So that doesn't help anybody. All he does is do damage. You have some leaderships that all they do is lead. Some people say Wave is good. She's not good for me, but hey, you got Maya Lopez. Some people say she's good. She's okay, but she's a great leadership because her leadership, she does the remove debuffs plus 60% all attack and 60% defense. Who cares? But it's only available speed types. Or if you don't have her uniform or want to use her original skin, then it does fire damage people. If you want to find out, like for instance, who has the leadership, you can go to this abilities, leadership, White Fox affects all of these people. White Fox affects all of these people. All these people can take advantage of White Fox. So quite a few people, but still not everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully this helps you quite a bit. Bye.